Hey y'all. I'm still in here preparing for Irma, but I wanted to do this update. I had to work today. Um, but I want to do a couple updates. Um, I'll be studying on that dream that I had about the seven spirits of God being misused while I have some time. And but I'm gonna do these updates right here. So I guess number one, I've been hearing the word Exodus as it relates to the evacuation of people leaving Florida on the news and so on and so forth. And I just thought that was kind of interesting that I read Exodus 19. I don't even remember why. Because of the lightning. Not lightning, the purple. I'll get to that in a minute. And it's funny how the fake news can use our terms and talk about the apocalypse and talk about. I heard a news clip in here, maybe it was on CNN, um, something about it being the last days and someone refuting it because of all the events. Um, what was it? What's the name of the show? Inside Edition, I believe I heard it on. People just making a mockery of it, but uh, these people are going to have their day on Judgment Day, just making a mockery of it. And seeing all these things happen, they still just think these things are normal. It's nothing normal about it. And all these things begin at the 40 days, at the beginning of the 40 days of repentance. So, um, Irma apparently has went from a 5 to a 4 and expected to go back up to a 5. Um, I'm going to call Bear and see if she already left. I think she's planning on staying, but going a little bit more north. So people that um, decided to stay, you guys, this thing is expected to be category 5 by the time it arrives to Florida, and that's not good news, you guys. Um, Also, there is another storm. Nobody's really talking about it, and I talked about it in the moon phases video vision, and I think Jose is already a 4, and this other one behind it is already getting a little bit of a rotation. You guys, just keep our eyes on this. The Lord warned of this, okay, you guys? Speaking of phases, um, because in that vision, I felt like I knew there was more than one storm. And of course, we have Irma and Jose, and possibly another one that's just coming off of Africa, you guys. But my meteorologist, when he said there's a rip current advisory here now, because he said because of the moon phases, not so much to do with Irma, and that of course will increase as Irma comes close to us. Um, but right now there is a rip current. There's people out there surfing, and they don't even advise them to be surfing. But I think we'll have that rip current advisory for the next 36 hours. In the next 36 hours, I believe Irma will be arriving at Florida. I know the shift, the path of the hurricane has changed. I don't trust that it's still not gonna. Well, it even with it shifting, it's still going to affect South Carolina, Georgia, and mostly the upper part, but even us here in Charleston, the storm surge. I'm going to keep my eye on it because I don't trust that the track will not change back. And most people are even saying that. You got that 50-50 um, chance. If it's not Irma, a storm is going to greatly affect the southeast. Because I feel like the Lord was showing me that, you guys. So we still have a few more days to watch that. Um, Speaking of curve, when I heard about the story of Mexico, the earthquake, you guys, the 8.2. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. I don't wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that was the very first story because I sleep with my TV on. That was the very first story that I heard. And I just, I got myself together and I prayed for them. At the time, there were only 2 casualties. And even though I was at work, I got a chance to watch a couple videos that came out early this morning. Okay, you guys? And one more thing. Ben Danone, a sister shared with me because I would have actually skipped that story. Ben Danone put out a story about colors. It looked like lightning, but it's probably auroras. I know he said purple, blue, and I want to say he said green. And that purple that I believe he was referring to was in the upper left hand corner, just like I seen in my vision. But it looked more blue to me. I was looking at it on my phone at work. I'll look at my iPad, but I'll leave the video below. You guys can check it out. Okay, you guys? I don't think that was a coincidence. Um, and it looked like lightning, too. It's kind of scary. And also, Patrick shared with me a video from Planet X News. The International Space Station was able to capture, and someone, I guess downloaded that particular part of the film where the earth looked purple. You guys have to see it. It's a little bit blue on the bottom, like the line, but the rest of it looks like purple. I think they call it magenta. It looks purple. I'll leave the video below. You guys check it out. I guess I have to find whatever video showing that they expect Hurricane Irma to go back up to a 5. You guys, let's just continue to pray for Florida. I'm continuing to prepare here. We live on the water, so it doesn't matter where Irma goes. But I'm believing that the Lord has shown me that this Irma is going to greatly affect the southeast, and we haven't been ordered to evacuate yet, but everybody's keeping an eye on it. Okay, you guys? God bless y'all. I'll come back and talk with y'all later. Maybe not today, but maybe. I'm not sure. Okay?